park with our 3 kids. I mean, think of the ladies I can.
It's believing that people.
I get into a character is through their style.
Popstream has just dropped breaking news that has sent shockwaves through Hollywood. A surprising rumor has emerged, catching both industry insiders and die-hard fans completely off guard. At the center of the story is Rob McElhenney, whose name is now linked to fresh allegations stirring a new wave of drama. Ryan Reynolds, renowned for his sharp wit and effortlessly charming public persona, is reportedly feeling uneasy about Justin Baldoni's rapid rise to fame. While it may initially seem like another typical Hollywood rumor, recent clues from Rob, who has maintained a close bond with Ryan over the years, suggest there may be more beneath the surface than anyone expected. What began as quiet whispers has grown into a full-blown conversation, with speculation mounting over whether Ryan's feelings toward Justin could be intensifying the chaos surrounding his wife, Blake Lively. The situation is further complicated by Blake's ongoing feud with Justin, which insiders now suggest could be fueled in part by Ryan's own insecurities, potentially sparking on-set tension and even looming legal entanglements. For years, Ryan and Rob appeared inseparable, publicly bonding over their joint acquisition of a soccer club and documenting the journey in a feel-good series that showcased their playful chemistry in interviews and social media. Fans adored their banter, making the idea that Rob could now reveal anything unflattering about Ryan particularly shocking. Yet sources indicate that Rob, while still a huge admirer of Ryan's comedic genius, has reportedly expressed unease over Justin's growing influence, particularly regarding the upcoming film adaptation of It Ends With Us. Blake's involvement in the project was expected to be another career-defining moment. She joined a creative team led by Justin, who not only directs but also co-writes and stars in the adaptation. On paper, the combination of Blake's star power and Justin's talent for heartfelt storytelling seemed ideal, promising a major cinematic success. Early buzz for the film was overwhelmingly positive, with interviews highlighting collaborative energy and a shared creative vision. Both Blake and Justin expressed enthusiasm for honoring the deep emotional themes of the original novel, fueling fan anticipation for what was expected to be an unforgettable, career-defining performance from Blake, even as the personal and professional tensions surrounding the set hinted at complications just below the surface.
Specific family tone. Sunny has a very specific if we told the same story, except told through the prism of each individual.
At least publicly, Ryan Reynolds maintained his trademark charm and supportive demeanor, playfully expressing excitement for his wife Blake Lively taking on another iconic role. Yet as production of It Ends With Us progressed, whispers of tension began trickling out, subtle comments, eyebrow-raising remarks, all hinting at underlying conflicts. Early speculation attributed the strain to Justin Baldoni's overwhelming workload or Blake's discomfort with his leadership style, but no one anticipated that Ryan's own feelings might be part of the equation, until rumors involving Rob McElhenney added a compelling new dimension. While the exact details of Rob's conversations remain unverified, gossip suggests he observed flashes of competitive energy in Ryan whenever he crossed paths with Justin, a stark contrast to Ryan's public image as a laid-back, comedic presence. Insiders claimed Rob hinted that Ryan may have felt overshadowed by Justin's natural charisma and emotional storytelling prowess, a domain far removed from Ryan's comedic strengths, potentially fueling quiet insecurities. The drama intensified as Blake's disputes with Justin escalated, spiraling into jaw-dropping accusations, fierce counterclaims, and the sudden resignation of her trusted attorney. Blake publicly accused Justin of deliberately spreading malicious gossip to tabloids to frame her as a difficult, high-maintenance diva, a narrative that Hollywood insiders were quick to believe given the industry's long history of strategic leaks. Just when Blake seemed to secure public sympathy, Justin's team struck back with a shocking revelation: text messages that appeared to show Blake boasting about her influential network, including Ryan, implying she could leverage their power to assert her creative preferences. While the message's tone was lighthearted, the subtext was clear. Blake's star power, paired with Ryan's massive comedic empire and A-list connections, gave her the ability to sway post-production decisions, marketing strategies, and even the narratives circulating in the press. Initially, Ryan's name was barely mentioned, dismissed as a supportive spouse, But as whispers of unease spread, a more unsettling picture emerged. Could Ryan be harboring jealousy or seeing Justin as a rival? Despite Ryan's prowess in comedy, Justin's rare ability to emotionally connect with audiences created a magnetic presence that reportedly unsettled him. If Ryan's private reservations subtly influenced Blake's grievances, it could explain the intensity and timing of her complaints, amplifying the tension far beyond what anyone anticipated. Behind the scenes, the production was unraveling. Schedules faltered, scripts underwent endless rewrites, and creative visions clashed in an increasingly chaotic environment. Industry insiders suggested that personal insecurities, professional rivalry, and strategic leveraging of influence intertwined to create a perfect storm, transforming what should have been a collaborative film set into a battlefield of egos, alliances, and unspoken power dynamics. As these layers of personal and professional drama collided, It Ends With Us became more than a movie. It was a prism reflecting the complex interplay between fame, ambition, and interpersonal tension, leaving cast, crew, and fans alike wondering whether the project could survive the turbulence or if the shadows of Hollywood rivalry would ultimately eclipse the film's original vision.
And honestly, directing myself, a lot of that had to do with, the brilliance of Blake Lively and being able to act.
Some crew members began whispering that Blake Lively had demanded multiple takes for certain scenes, citing creative reasons, only to later accuse the production team of neglecting her emotional well-being. What might have once been considered a standard back-and-forth on a film set quickly escalated into a full-blown media spectacle, with every minor argument and moment of tension amplified in headlines, turning the It Ends With Us set into less of a collaborative workspace and more of a tabloid battlefield. The story continued to twist and turn as fresh tidbits and insider scoops surfaced, with rumors suggesting that Ryan Reynolds might secretly be jealous of Justin Baldoni, adding a complicated new layer to the narrative. Fans and observers debated endlessly. Was Blake exaggerating minor disputes to shield her husband from criticism, deflect blame onto Justin, or simply attempting to maintain the upper hand, inadvertently dragging Ryan's feelings into the fray? Could Ryan's supposed jealousy be nothing more than a distraction from the real tension between Blake and Justin? Amid this swirling speculation, Rob McElhenney emerged as a hot topic after a usually reliable source claimed to overhear him discussing the drama at a private event. Known for his blunt honesty and comedic commentary, Rob allegedly described Ryan's complicated state of mind, hinting that the comedic superstar wasn't as relaxed and collected as his carefully curated social media suggested. According to the rumors, Ryan's unease stemmed from Justin's more soulful and emotionally genuine approach, which threatened to eclipse Ryan's brand of comedy and high-profile stunts. Rob reportedly seemed concerned, rather than critical, noting that Ryan's subtle discomfort was adding pressure to an already tense situation between Blake and Justin. The gossip quickly exploded online, with fans theorizing whether Ryan was quietly steering public perception, encouraging Blake to take a hard line against Justin, or merely acting as a protective husband worried about his wife being overshadowed by Justin's dual role as director and co-writer. As the buzz grew, Rob McElhenney found himself painted as an accidental whistleblower, inadvertently exposing cracks in Ryan's seemingly flawless public persona. Meanwhile, the focus shifted dramatically to the explosive legal battle between Blake and Justin, with fresh allegations dominating headlines while Ryan's rumored jealousy simmered in the background. Blake's attorney submitted highly charged legal documents accusing Justin of neglecting her well-being during intimate scenes, even making unsolicited comments about her postpartum body, a move that initially garnered public sympathy given the intense pressures actors face on sensitive sets. For a brief moment, the tides seemed to favor Blake, resonating with those aware of Hollywood's darker treatment of women. However, Justin's team quickly retaliated with a flood of text messages depicting a very different reality. They painted Justin as a conscientious professional, checking in on Blake's comfort during physically demanding scenes, and even referencing his own back issues to foster empathy. The situation escalated further when texts surfaced contradicting Blake's claim that Justin had entered her trailer uninvited. According to Justin, she had invited him in, and their interaction involved playful banter. These inconsistencies cast doubt on Blake's version of events, challenging her credibility and leaving the public and industry insiders alike questioning who is truly telling the truth, as the tangled web of personal grievances, professional rivalry, and public perception continued to unravel around one of Hollywood's most high-profile productions.
With this powerhouse and react in real time. And, she was so generous as an actress.
The most devastating blow to Blake Lively came with the sudden and unexpected resignation of her trusted attorney, a veteran of Hollywood who had long handled some of the most delicate celebrity cases. Rather than quietly stepping away, the attorney released a stunning public statement casting doubt on Blake's version of events, a move almost unheard of in the industry, where lawyers typically remain fiercely loyal to high-stakes clients, and public statements of this nature are rare due to the risks involved. The attorney's dramatic departure sent shockwaves through Hollywood, delivering a single, resounding message. Something about Blake's account of the situation was deeply off. According to the statement, a mountain of documentation and testimony allegedly contradicted her narrative, leaving the person tasked with defending her in an untenable position. It was a plot twist that no one saw coming, throwing the industry into chaos and forcing supporters to reconsider their stance on Blake's credibility. Social media exploded with theories and debates. Talk shows dissected the ethics of representing a client whose account was now publicly questioned, and the whispers about Ryan Reynolds' rumored jealousy toward Justin Baldoni grew louder. Speculation mounted about whether Ryan, already rumored to be uneasy with Justin's rise, would continue to stand by Blake as her claims appeared increasingly fragile, or whether the public scrutiny would place him in an impossible position, forcing him to choose between supporting his wife and protecting his own reputation. Meanwhile, Justin, taking an unexpected approach, embraced transparency by releasing unfiltered text exchanges and making it clear he welcomed scrutiny, positioning himself as committed to preserving the integrity of the film. His public statements about Blake were respectful, emphasizing collaboration, and he expressed regret that a production meant to honor a beloved novel had been overshadowed by controversy. Each revelation seemed to strengthen his position, while Blake's story increasingly cracked under the weight of inconsistencies. Attempts by Blake, and possibly Ryan, whose alleged insecurities were said to feed the narrative, to portray Justin as manipulative or controlling only reinforced his image as a thoughtful, considerate professional behind the scenes, as every new piece of evidence released painted him in an even more favorable light. Ryan, in contrast, remained unusually quiet, and his silence only fueled speculation, with Rob Malini's rumored observations offering the closest insight into the star's true feelings. Known for his comedic wit, self-deprecating social media presence, and hilarious cameos, Ryan has maintained an unusually low profile throughout the escalating drama, sparking questions about whether he is fully supporting Blake behind the scenes or reconsidering his position as inconsistencies in her claims mount. As the film's production continued amidst the legal and media storm, Ryan noticeably pulled back from promoting Blake's work. While early assumptions attributed this to scheduling conflicts or a desire not to overshadow his wife, it soon became apparent that a more complex dynamic was at play. If the rumors regarding Ryan's discomfort or jealousy toward Justin hold any truth, his decision to step back may reflect not just professional caution but personal unease, illustrating how deeply intertwined personal insecurities, public perception, and professional reputation have become in this unfolding Hollywood saga.
Ever had a Guinness cake?
No, but I need to.
This is new to me. Yeah.
You've never heard of a Guinness cake?
No.
What?
Have you ever heard of putting like Ribena in a Guinness?
So that
In an effort to avoid awkward interactions that might escalate tension or fuel speculation about their personal and professional relationships, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have remained conspicuously cautious, a strategy that has not gone unnoticed in the industry. A star of Blake's caliber facing mounting backlash inevitably creates ripples across every production she's involved in, and her credibility now hangs in the balance. Once a guaranteed asset to any major project, Blake's continued involvement in several high-budget films has become a risk for producers, who must weigh the potential box office draw against the growing negative publicity surrounding her. Meanwhile, Ryan, whose brand has long been synonymous with clean comedy, heartfelt campaigns, and philanthropic work, faces the very real threat of collateral damage to his own reputation. If even a fraction of the rumors suggesting that his personal unease with Justin Baldoni contributed to Blake's stance are true, he could be implicated in a narrative that paints him as complicit in undermining another star. This leaves the industry and the public questioning whether Ryan is quietly influencing the feud, or if he has been unintentionally caught in forces far beyond his control. Adding another layer to the story is Rob McElhenney, whose involvement has become oddly pivotal. Known for his close partnership with Ryan through their joint soccer club venture, Rob occupies a unique space as both friend and observer. Rumors suggest he has openly commented on Ryan's alleged jealousy toward Justin, highlighting a friendship that allows for brutal honesty or perhaps signaling that the tension has become too obvious to ignore. If Rob's observations are accurate, it raises the possibility that insecurities, rather than professional disputes over the film, could be driving much of the current drama. At the heart of the chaos remains It Ends With Us, the highly anticipated film adaptation intended to be a blockbuster with the novel's devoted fanbase eagerly awaiting its release. Justin Baldoni, celebrated for his soulful and emotionally resonant storytelling, was poised to preserve the depth of the source material, while Blake's star power promised to bring both gravitas and widespread attention to the project. Ryan's influence, though indirect, is significant. His public approval or disapproval could sway perceptions, shaping both media narratives and fan reactions. With Rob allegedly confirming Ryan's jealousy, the situation becomes even murkier, transforming what should have been a straightforward collaboration into a complex mix of personal rivalries, public image management, and perceived competition that may exist primarily in Ryan's own mind. A film meant to honor a beloved novel has now become embroiled in a tangled dispute, entangling high-profile figures, overshadowing creative intentions, and threatening the reputations of all involved. Blake's previously untarnished public image risks being seen as manipulated or opportunistic, while Justin, initially positioned as a potential antagonist in the media frenzy, has gained sympathy through his transparent release of text messages and other evidence that casts doubt on Blake's allegations, ultimately shifting the narrative and further complicating an already explosive situation.
I would say that they're more surprises because they have beginnings, middles, and ends. They're not like, it's not just like a, hey, there's the person and we move on. It's, they're
Ryan Reynolds, the ever-charming jokester renowned for his viral marketing brilliance, may quietly be grappling with hidden discomfort over Justin Baldoni's rising success, a tension that Rob McElhenney's rumored comments have now thrust into the public eye. As the entertainment world inevitably shifts its attention to the next big scandal or the film's ultimate success, all eyes remain on this tantalizing possibility. Beneath the playful jabs and supportive retweets, Ryan might be wrestling with a surge of unease over Justin's influence and accomplishments in the industry. If Rob's observations are accurate, they suggest that the dynamic among Ryan, Blake Lively, and Justin is far more complex than previously imagined. Fans are now glued to every twist and turn, acutely aware that even minor remarks or rumors could provide a window into an intricate web of personal insecurities, professional rivalries, and delicate alliances. What began as a seemingly minor clash between Blake and Justin has ballooned into a sprawling saga of tension, doubt, and fragile relationships among Hollywood's brightest stars. The situation now teeters between career-defining opportunities and personal upheaval, with the potential fallout from Rob's unexpected revelations threatening to destabilize not only the production of It Ends With Us, but also the public personas and private alliances of the actors involved, leaving fans and industry insiders alike eagerly anticipating each new development.